Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymox, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be at about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seatbelt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to Weird Wednesday. Yet another Weird Wednesday. How's it going, Jamie?
You are handling the anxiety way better than I am right now.
Hey, it is what it is, right?
Yeah. A wing and a prayer.
A wing and a prayer. Yeah, I was telling Jamie earlier, my microphone boom fell apart right when I sat down. My little camera holder, it fell apart. It's always something. My internet and my power's gone off every day this week. So wing and a prayer. We're hoping to get through the show tonight.
And I don't have my phone to do chat comments or the articles.
Yeah, same old shit, different day, right?
How's everybody else doing this weird Wednesday?
Yeah. It's been weird around my town. All kinds of crazy stuff. Just crazy stuff. People are crazy.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
You got the people that are killing people. You're finding dead people everywhere still. It's summertime. It's getting hot. People are going crazy. I could say it in a better, more descriptive way, but,
What's that? Batshit crazy?
Yeah, pretty much. Yep. Jim lives here. He's downtown. He's in the middle of the craziness in the downtown area, right, Jim?
I'm trying to figure out how to get to chat because now my setup's like sideways and I'm trying to charge my phone.
Groovy.
Tomorrow's someone's birthday and I see them in chat.
Yeah, I heard a rumor about that. Maybe it's Jason.
I think so.
How old are you going to be, Jason? 29? Yeah, man, Jim, it is miserably hot all of a sudden. And hey, my car blew up this week, so now I'm driving my, I've got a car that's almost, what is it? Just about 5 years old. Yeah, the engine blew up on the way home the other day. So, had to go back to the truck that's 25 years old that still runs perfectly fine and has over 200,000 miles on it. But hey, you know, the new car just took a giant shitter on me. What have I said before? They don't make anything to last anymore.
They sure don't. Nothing is built to
No,
last.
nothing. You can't even get a new car and get it paid off before it breaks down these days. Pretty pitiful. So we're hoping, I'm hoping that my extended warranty comes through. I have 340 miles left on my 100,000 mile warranty. So skin of the teeth, maybe. I'm just getting in under it. Hopefully, I don't know.
I think you'll make it.
Supposed to send an inspector out to inspect my car to see if it's really damaged. I don't know. It sounds like somebody threw a bucket full of monkey wrenches in the engine. So I'm pretty sure it's screwed.
I thought you said they fixed it though. I thought it was your
Oh no,
piston.
no, it's definitely not fixed. It's going to require a new motor if it's fixed at all, because the one that's in it is shot.
Then what'd you say the other day that you just got back from the garage and got fixed?
Oh no, I say I just got back from the garage where I had to leave it to get fixed.
Oh, I didn't see that. I read right over that.
Yeah. Yeah, I took it over to my buddy's shop, and he was like, dude, your car should still be under warranty. And he just took it upon himself to call the dealership and call all over. And I was denied the first time around because they said I wasn't covered because I didn't have a recall done on my car. And he was like, yeah, that's a software recall. That's not gonna prevent any mechanical damage to the motor. And the other recall I had was a rear brake, ABS brake sensor. Yeah, that's been out. And when my car got rear-ended, I had it in the shop, and I tried to get them to fix the sensor then, and they wouldn't do it. They're like, "Oh no, that's something separate. You'll have to bring it back." I'm like, "You got the whole rear end of my car taken apart. You can't replace the damn sensor while it's here." So yeah, that's something I've been going this week.
Well,
could be worse.
Get this tongue twister one out of the way.
42.
Physicist creates an algorithm that may prove reality is a simulation.
According to Elon Musk, we're all living in a simulation.
According
to Elon Musk, we're all living in a simulation.
A scientist devised a computer algorithm which may lead to transformative discoveries in energy and whose very existence raises the likelihood that our reality could actually be a simulation. The algorithm was created by the physicist Hong Quin from the U.S. Department of Energy's Princeton Plasma Physics Laboratory. The algorithm employs a process called machine learning, which improves its knowledge in an automated way through experience. He developed this algorithm to predict the orbits of planets in the solar system, training it on data of Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Ceres, and Jupiter orbits. The data is similar to what Kepler inherited from Tycho Brahe in 1601, as he writes in his newly published paper. From this data, a Stirling algorithm can correctly predict other planetary orbits in the solar system, including parabolic and hyperbolic escaping orbits. What's remarkable, it can do so without having to be told about Newton's laws of motion and universal gravitation. It can figure those laws out for itself from the numbers. Quinn is now adapting the algorithm to predict and even control other behaviors, with a current focus on particles and plasma in facilities built for harvesting fusion energy, powering the sun and stars. Along with Eric, a PhD graduate student, he is using this technique to learning an effective structure, preserving algorithm with long-term stability to simulate the gyro center dynamics in a magnetic fusion plasmas, he elaborated. He also plans to utilize the algorithm to study quantum physics. He explained the unusual approach taken by his work. Usually in physics, you make observations, create a theory based on those observations, and then use that theory to predict new observations. What I'm doing is replacing this process with a type of black box that can produce accurate predictions without using a traditional theory or law. Essentially, I bypassed all the fundamental ingredients of physics. I go directly from data to data. There is no law of physics in the middle. So he was partially inspired by the work of Swedish philosopher Nick Bostrom, whose 2003 paper famously argued that the world we are living in may be an artificial simulation. What Quinn believes he has accomplished with this algorithm is provide a working example of an underlying technology that could support the simulation and Bostrom's philosophical argument. In an email exchange with Big Think, he remarked, "What is the algorithm running on the laptop of the universe? If such an algorithm exists, I would argue that it should be a simple one defined on the discrete space-time lattice. The complexity and richness of the universe come from the enormous memory size and CPU power of the laptop, but the algorithm itself could be simple. Certainly, the existence of an algorithm that derives meaningful predictions of natural events from data does not yet mean that we ourselves have the capabilities to simulate existence. He believes we are likely many generations away from being able to carry out such feats." His work takes the approach of using and so the rest of the article took a crap. But yeah. What do you think, Rob?
I don't know. That's an interesting theoretical
Theory.
It's this theory on that subject. I'm, however, going to go the exact opposite of that story. And this one, typical Weird Wednesday fashion kind of is going to the gutter.
I'm glad you found one gutter one.
But, there is a, I don't know, one of those, what is it called? The Kevin Bacon thing, the 6 something of 6 or whatever.
Oh, what?
I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to get the damn picture to come up. Why does my share button never want to work on this one? Here we go. This lovely lady here. There's a story about her. And, typically I find, Florida man or Florida woman stories to read about. This one, however, is a Minnesota woman that's in hot water after she used somebody else's pickup truck as a venue for a hot and heavy session of self-love.
Of what?
Self-love. Jennifer Dorrit Weber, 35, now faces a number of misdemeanor charges after she was found completely naked and digitally penetrating herself earlier this month inside a vehicle that didn't belong to her. Better vehicle to use than a stranger's, right? But no, there's more. Wait, there's more. What's more, she appeared to be into so pleasing herself that she did not stop even once the cops arrived at the scene. Police responded after receiving reports from someone who claimed to have witnessed a naked female walking around and jumping in and out of vehicles at a retail business that sells motor vehicles. The report went on to say that the woman, now identified as Dorrit, continued doing herself even after the officers confronted her. She was into it. Police first checked the gold SUV. Yeah. They checked the gold SUV where Weber was last seen to be reported pursuing her personal pleasure. But later she was found to be in an empty. No, that vehicle was found to be empty upon their arrival. However, authorities soon found her in a nearby silver pickup truck with the doors wide open. She said to men laying on the back seat floor, unclothed completely and making nonsensical statements. Here it comes, about being in St. Petersburg, Florida. So even when they're out of the state, they still come back to Florida somehow.
It all wraps back to Florida.
It somehow comes back to friggin' Florida every time. Yep. She was making nonsensical statements about being in St. Petersburg, Florida, while she continued to please herself in front of police. And they had to drag her out of the car naked, and they arrested her. And they threw her in the back of the cop car, and she continued to pleasure herself all the way to the jail.
That must have been an interesting ride.
There must have been something happening in St. Petersburg, Florida, that had her mind focused on herself, apparently.
Was she like sober?
Yeah, if I was a betting man, I would say
No.
no, because it does say that they discovered a metal spoon with crystalline substance.
Okay.
Neither tested positive for meth. So where's Jason's thing? Drugs are bad.
Drugs are bad.
Wow.
So how do they tie her to the other trucks though? Just word of mouth, or do they have to like do DNA?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what it
Maybe
is.
she hit the truck at first because she didn't want like indecent exposure, but obviously that wasn't the case.
Yeah, she didn't even really care about any of that. I don't know. It's somehow, I was reading the article, and then, I'm envisioning this in my mind. I'm like, at least it's not Florida this time. And then there it is, the ring dinger. She's talking about being in St. Petersburg, Florida. I'm like, son of a bitch. There, it always comes back to Florida.
How did you like bypass all that? Like, how did you get lucky?
I don't know.
So
I did today when I was talking to you. It brought up something that we were talking about, that Jason's guest was talking about the Giants. When I was talking to you today and I said I was going in the store, I saw this ginormous Amazon girl walking in the store. This girl had to be like 7 feet tall. It was intriguing, but kind of scary. And she was pretty good looking too. I wanted to take a picture and send it to you, but I chickened out. I figured, man, if this girl sees me,
that probably would have been the best bet if you got caught.
She's gonna beat my ass. One punch and I'd have been down. She was huge. It was crazy.
Impressive. When you said Amazon, I was going to say, well, that segues right into the next one, but something, we've joked about, wanting to fire ourselves to the moon or launch ourselves into space. Jeff Bezos is going to do just that. Jeff Bezos to send himself to space on board the Blue Origin rocket. Of course, my phone has 4% left. Okay, I'm trying to charge the phone in between. Jeff Bezos will launch himself into space on board one of his Blue Origin rockets, he has said. The Amazon founder will make the journey next month alongside his brother. Ever since I was 5 years old, I've dreamed of traveling to space, he wrote. On July 20th, I'll take that journey with my brother, the greatest adventure with my best friend. The trip will be a suborbital sightseeing mission, as well as a demonstration of the rocket technology that the company hopes will one day make such space tourism cheaper and more widely available. He will also travel alongside the winner of a public auction. I remembered that auction now. Wasn't it over some millions of dollars you could go?
Yeah.
Held by Blue Origin that will sell a seat on board the same journey. The second round of the auction currently has a highest bid of $2.8 million, according to the private space company's website. And the final winner will be announced at the end of this week. The New Shepard rocket that will carry the group is designed to carry up to 6 tourists on each of its flights. Mr. Bezos said last week that he would officially step down as Amazon's chief exec on July 5th, shortly before the flight. That's one way to exit out, huh?
Yeah.
You're just like, "Ba-ding!" um, when he announced the move away from the role as head of the company to instead become executive chairman, he said it was intended partially to allow him to spend more time on his private space company. It is still somewhat behind its rival, too, being yet to complete any passenger flights. As such, Mr. Bezos' journey next month will be a major landmark for the company as well for its founder. So if you have enough money, you really can just launch yourself into space.
Well, you know,
Where'd you go? Oh, shit.
I'm back.
Don't do that to me.
I'm out. It's all you. Well, I see your rocket article. Damn it. Why does it keep doing that to me? I see your rocket article, and I will raise you a rocket article.
Ooh.
With Relativity Space raises $650 million to make its 3D printed rocket competitive with SpaceX. Look out, Elon. They're chewing on your ass right now.
I didn't see that.
Relativity Space is oh geez, I can't even read tonight. They're on track to launch its first rocket of the end of the year, but that hasn't stopped the company from looking ahead to the future. On Tuesday, Los Angeles-based rocket startup announced that it raised $650 million in a Series E venture round. The capital is geared towards accelerating development of the company's Terran R rocket, which will be completely 3D printed and capable of launching bigger payloads than Elon Musk's Falcon 9 rockets. I feel like in many ways it's a grand reveal, co-founder and CEO Tim Ellis says, as Terran R plans, but we're really just doing what we planned when we started the company. Build a fully reusable rocket. Speaking of people with lots of money, you can just build rockets and shoot them into space, and hopefully they don't come back and land on anybody. It'll take much larger payload class than any other rockets being launched right now. Relativity was formed in 2015 by Ellis and Jordan Noon, veterans of Blue Origin and SpaceX. It's an ex-SpaceX employee, respectively. The pair also alums of Forbes 2019 under 30 list. Both have been working on the process to 3D print rocket parts and had a mutual vision of building rockets that were completely 3D printed. The pair raises their first seed round for the company by cold emailing Mark Cuban to explain their vision. Cuban invested in the company and every round since then. So far, the company's raised $1.3 billion in venture backing, and the current round has an estimated valuation of $4.2 billion. So I guess there's another rocket company. Now we got Elon Musk with SpaceX. Amazon rocket is going to shoot Jeff Bezos into space, and hopefully maybe he won't come back. And now there's a Relativity Space. And who knows what else? I keep going back to the flat earth guy that shot himself up, to prove the earth was flat.
Yeah.
Blew up and died. I don't know.
All right. I see we're getting short on time, so I'm going to skip article, the Google one, the Google Earth one. And we're going to go just to the Las Vegas. Did you get that video, that little 12-second video of her actually crushing the watermelons?
Yes, ma'am. I surely did.
All right. Normally, I bypass when we're looking for articles. There are a crap load of these Guinness World Records ones. Like every day, like a dude was standing on a ball yesterday to cut 59 grapes to beat his own record. I saw this. It was just a little bit intriguing, just because I kind of felt bad for her partners. Maybe when you see this, you might kind of get why.
It's either bad or could be good. I don't know. Depends on what you like.
Well, if you want your head exploded into
50
million pieces in like 0.3 3 seconds. Courtney Olson, owner of the GRRL clothing athletic wear line, said she decided to take on the watermelon smashing world record to celebrate the opening of the brand new stores in Las Vegas. I just decided in correlation with our store opening because it's a community space and we really want to start utilizing the space to teach things, to share this watermelon crushing story with younger girls, Olson told Eureka Times. Olson used her thighs to smash 3 watermelons in 7.5 seconds, nearly having Ukrainian bodybuilder Olga. Oh, she nearly beat it. Olga's record of 14.65 seconds. Olson's time was also beat the male version of the record, which was set at 10.88 seconds by Iranian athlete. Olson said she's preparing to teach a watermelon crushing class and planning an event for August 3rd, National Watermelon Day.
A watermelon crushing class. All right. Everybody in the chat room, especially you guys, check this video out and tell me what you think. Here it is, live in action.
This is just not something you see every day. Okay, a news story is shattering.
Oh, that was supposed to be muted. I thought I did.
Well, yeah, Zach has a strange craving for watermelon now. I don't know. That's a hell of a way to open up a new store and just smash watermelons all over the floor. Where's Gallagher? Were they wearing raincoats? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe the front row got the ponchos.
Ponchos, that's it. That reminds me of a story I probably shouldn't tell. But I used to know a girl that worked in a bar down in the Daytona area. And man, this girl, she was kind of built like that. But man, she could flatten a beer can with her butt cheeks in like a second flat. It was like one of those crushing machines. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I saw a joke on TikTok the other day where it looked like the fist. Did you see that?
I missed that one.
But yeah, someone stuck there, like it looked like 2 little fists, but it was supposed to be, I didn't know somebody could actually do that with their butt cheeks, though.
Yeah.
Like the whole can. Wait. How did the can?
It wouldn't smash it accordion wise. You put it in sideways and clenched up, and it would come out flat. Yes, I saw it happen live in front of me.
The can is about this wide.
Yeah, she put it in sideways, not like up and down. But yeah, amazing.
Okay, so if this is the beer can.
Yep.
And the butt cheek crack is this way.
Yep.
Was it this way or this way?
The first way.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. That's still.
She could probably do it the other way, but her butt wasn't that big, so it wouldn't fit.
Okay, that's still quite a reach there.
Yeah, it was. It was.
And then her muscles just like swallowed it up.
Yeah, she would just crunch. It was kind of frightening.
Yeah.
Something about it was kind of intriguing too. I don't know. I'll do a quick little weird thing here. This isn't new news. It's old news, but it's one of those weird things, since it is Weird Wednesday. I figured I'd do some weird articles. And actually, I think this article, this is one of those. Actually, I got 2 more. I'll do the other one. The other one's real quick. But what time is it? Yeah, it's time. We're about this one I'll read real quick. There's my stupid. There we go. It's always something. The disappearance of the Elon Moore Lighthouse Keepers. There is a movie. I think that movie with Willem Dafoe. If anybody saw that, it was like in black and white. I forget what the hell the name of the movie was, but I think it was inspired from this lighthouse. But anyway, this is off the coast of Scotland. The scene found by the people that went to check, there was no response from this lighthouse. It was they found 3 waterproof jackets. The life jackets were missing the kitchen. They found pretty much everything normal except one chair laying on the floor. There was still a meal on the table, suggesting that maybe they left in a hurry. The lighthouse keepers were nowhere to be found. There was 3 of them in this lighthouse, and they just vanished. They just disappeared. The only clues that were gathered from the lighthouse is a log. The entries of the last few days that were written were very weird. Severe winds, the likes of which I've never seen before in 20 years, the log attendant Thomas Marshall wrote. Also noticed that James Ducat, a principal keeper, had been very quiet, and the 3rd assistant, William MacArthur, had been crying. What's strange about the last thing in William is that William MacArthur was a seasoned mariner and was known on the Scottish mainland as a really tough guy. Storms shouldn't have been a big deal to him. Entries the day later stated that the storm was still raging, even worse than before, and the lighthouse keepers had been praying for it to stop. By the way, the lighthouse was said to be 150 feet above sea level, so they shouldn't have had anything to worry about. They were perfectly safe. They were all very experienced, and the thing about the storms that were reported from the lighthouse keeper's log, the weird thing about it was nobody else experienced the storms that these lighthouse keepers had experienced. So that was kind of a strange thing. I think this was the one that they inspired that movie that I can't remember the name of. And one more quick little one here. Where the hell is it? There is man, it's hard doing articles and bringing all this stuff up.
I know.
There is alien evidence in the American Southwest desert now. Solidified existence of aliens has been discovered a while back. And conspiracy that extraterrestrials, ET is buried in the desert in New Mexico. That's a conspiracy theory, but it's a true one. It's a real conspiracy theory. And the Atari video game ET extraterrestrial failed so miserably that the company buried unsold cartridges in a desert landfill. You didn't think I was going to say the government really told us that aliens existed, did you?
No.
So there you go. There you
No.
have. We're going to try to get a hold of our guest now. I'm going to play a little commercial break, and then we'll come back in like 3 minutes with our guest for the evening, Lola Stark. She's going to talk about a book that she's written, what inspired her to write it, and some stories that are in it. And who knows what else we'll talk about, because, you know, it's Weird Wednesday, and that's how we roll.
And she likes to get weird.
By the seat of our pants. So we'll be back in just a moment.
This is Jason Bland, host of Midwest Paranormal Presents Paranormal Soup, where we stream live as a webcast every Sunday night, 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern, with guests who will blow your mind. Live ghost box sessions where you can call into the show to see if the spirits will talk to you, and the World Wide Web of Weird with the latest in paranormal news and evidence. We're bringing the weird every Sunday night, 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Don't forget to follow and subscribe.
Do you like rock and roll? Do you enjoy a good story? Wish You Were Here, A Rock Fantasy, is a book inspired by Badfinger. It will not only entertain you, but intrigue you. What's it about? While Thomas is a book inspired by Badfinger. It will not only entertain you, but intrigue you. What's it about? While Thomas is searching for his bandmate and friend in heaven, he meets an old friend and famous new ones in his afterlife voyage. Reader's favorite hails Wish You Were Here, a rock fantasy, as a whimsical, speculative novel by author Joyce Isaacson. Midwest Book Reviews said, Wish You Were Here, a rock fantasy, is a book inspired by Badfinger. It's a quirky story by Joyce S. Isaacson. It is a unique, original, and deftly crafted metaphysical novel that showcases the author's genuine flair for character and narrative-driven entertainment that is simply riveting from first page to last. Now available on pennantpublication.com. Also available on Amazon in paperback and hardcover. Also on Kindle Unlimited. So check it out now. Wish You Were Here, a rock fantasy.
The night is alive. Join us and take a walk on the weird side when you tune in to The Kingdom of Nye, hosted by Heather Wade, the finest in late night talk. Listen live free weeknights starting at 9 p.m. Pacific time at thekingdomofnye.com, talkstreamlive.com, and the Paranormal Radio app. Wanna take a ride?
All right, we're back, and I think we have Lola in the waiting room, and a little bit about her bio. I'll read it real quick. It says, born and raised in Southern Ohio, 33 years old with no children, cosmetologist for the last 16 years until recently. She retired to pursue her lifelong passion of writing. Altogether, I try to bring light to some situations no one enjoys talking about or people just don't understand in my writing. I enjoy all things creepy and unusual because I myself am creepy and unusual. You will fit in perfectly here. I hope to inspire and, more importantly, educate someone that's been around narcissism and doesn't know it. So let's see if we can get her in here. There she is.
Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm here.
Awesome. Good.
So I thought this was interesting because we had a guest on Sunday, Courtney, on Paranormal Soup, and we touched a little bit about narcissists. We have a lot of empaths and sensitive people that watch the show, and one of the things that we all deal with is narcissists kind of flocking to us like moths to a flame. So that's kind of
trying to run the world.
Subject. Yeah. So I did get to read a sample of your book, and it's really intriguing, and it seems really like something you're doing for therapeutic reasons. And I was curious what else inspired you to write the book.
I mean, yeah, therapeutic reasons is probably one of the many reasons. But I mean, I've been writing my whole life, and I've always wanted to actually be published somehow. Just to be able to finish a book was just amazing to me. And the fact that I have people that's reading the book and, messaging me or whatever, like, oh my God, your book was amazing. To me, that just still blows my mind because I think somebody paid them to tell me these things because I don't believe that they're actually in my book. You really like the things that I have to say. It's weird to me, but it's awesome.
So a lot of people are relating to the stories, or
oh yeah,
what kind of messages are you getting?
A few people like from my history that I haven't spoke to in 20 plus years. There's a few people that were actually in the book that have contacted me that I was nervous at first because I didn't think that they would have anything nice to say. And they were just, I love your book. It's so inspiring. You put things in perspective. And that to me is just the whole reason to be able to write a book, just for somebody to relate to me and just for me to help somebody that was what I wanted to do.
That's really cool. So do you want to talk a little bit about the book?
I mean, and altogether, it's pretty much my diary from the time that I was in high school until recently. it's been my diary of certain situations that I didn't feel like I was comfortable enough to talk about them to anybody else, that I just wanted to write down and just to be able to get that off of me, just so I didn't have that always constantly weighing on me. There's that, and I tried to put in a couple jokes that I thought were funny, but some of them are kind of dark, and a lot of people I know that probably wouldn't think that they're funny, but they're funny to me, and hopefully they'll be funny to somebody else too. The one joke in there that it's my personal favorite. When I was younger, I was forced to go to watch Passion of the Christ, and everyone around me is bawling and sobbing, you know, just going in hysterics. And my mother's sitting right beside me, and I turned and looked at her. I was like, "Didn't you read the book? Didn't you know this was gonna happen?" That to me is funny. And Rob, I heard you laugh too, so that's you know.
I
But
did. I actually laughed at that part when I was. I mean, it was. I could feel through your writing there, the uncomfortable situation. I think a lot of us, when we're coming into our own, especially at that age, kind of experience a little bit of that.
oh
I know
yeah,
you have
for
a lot.
sure.
Yeah, you have a lot more stuff, and I didn't get to read, you know, and I will read the rest, but that joke did catch me.
I hope so. I hope you do. Well,
Yeah.
good. I'm glad. I thought it was one of my best ones ever, but
Yeah, I'm one of those
didn't think
people that, like, you know, I go to a movie or something. I've always been that kind of person that, like, they're, you know, really like intense or serious part of the movie is happening or something, and everybody's like, all taking a gas, and I just bust out laughing. Everybody's like, the hell's wrong with you guys?
Yeah, I'm usually that person too. Like when the guy on Titanic, when he fell off and hit the propeller, I died laughing because it was funny. Like everybody knows that everybody dies, but like somebody actually hitting the propeller on the way down, oh my God, you can't write that stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, the sound of it when he goes down. Oh, that was so funny.
Yeah, I'm the guy that, you know, once I start laughing, like it sucks. Sometimes it's horrible.
It's over. It's over.
Yeah. And it's always at the worst inappropriate times.
Yeah, like
absolutely
laughing is just not cool, but it happened to me before.
Somebody wanted to poke his head in.
Hey.
Thank you. They say hey.
And Kobe.
Andy's gone. Messing her up too. Okay. He's out making vidges in the living room.
What's he doing?
Making videos. We call them vidges.
Oh, okay.
How long have y'all been on TikTok?
I've been on TikTok for about 2 years now. I think he's going on 4 or 5 years. He's been on it before it was even TikTok. I got on it because my ex stepdaughter I heard her making sounds, so I downloaded it. It was stupid.
You guys actually met on TikTok, didn't you?
We did. I had followed him for about a year. One of my first duets was with him on my birthday of 2018 or 19, I think. And I had duetted his videos and everything. And there was this one video. It was a Big Bang Theory. And hi, Charlie. I don't know. Say hi if you want to. Charlie wants to say hi too. Goonie. Okay, go on. I'm telling a story.
And he does the photography for your OnlyFans, right?
Yes, Charlie does do my photography for my OnlyFans.
I saw a few pictures he did on Instagram when I was looking at it yesterday, and they are fantastic.
Yes,
pictures.
he is a very very, very talented photographer. There's more other pictures than just the OnlyFans. I'm just saying, but
okay.
He did do some of them for the OnlyFans, not all of them, because he's got to pay for that just like everybody else does.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was back to my story. I had a Darth Vader T-shirt on, and I had duetted this video, and I guess that was what sparked his attention and messaged me. And then I think it was that weekend he came to my house and spent 3 weeks or the whole weekend with me.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And you guys just seem like, I believe in divine timing. And
Yes.
everything just kind of happens at the right time.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Yes.
And that's what I kind of see with you guys. I just really feel like something brought you guys together at the right time.
Yeah. I'm having the idea of writing not necessarily the story of how we got together, but kind of like a mashup, a fucked up version of The Notebook.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's where I want to go next. Like that's what I want to do one of my books on next. I think it would be a good story. And that's the main reasons why I want to write books is for myself.
Yeah. Do you write poetry also, or is it what?
I've dabbled in poetry. A lot of it is just super dark and super twisted. When I was a senior, my English teacher actually it was a big English project that we had to do, and I had made these several chapters of just nothing but poetry I had written, and she actually sent it off, and I won like 3 different poetry contests back then. And I was really surprised because some of it was talking about, committing suicide and drug overdose and everything. I saw, I'm like, you really want to put that? Like, I'm not even 18 years old, but okay. She did it, and I won a few things for it. So,
do you feel a little bit of vulnerability when you put that out there? Because it's kind of a piece of you that you're putting out.
It definitely is. I'm waiting for the message from my mother is what I'm waiting on.
I was curious about that.
Yeah. Almost there's been a lot of people, a lot of my cousins messaging me that I haven't spoke to in years that I know still talk to her. And I'm waiting for the phone call or a message, and that day's not going to be a good day.
Do you still keep in touch regularly, or is it
Absolutely
kind of like
Absolutely not. No, I haven't spoke to. The last time I spoke to my mother, it was on a text message, and she again was accusing me of, being this evil person, and how can you accuse your father of this? How can you accuse your grandfather of this? He's dead in the ground somewhere. And I blocked her, and that was probably about 6 months ago.
So they're really religion driven, it sounds like.
See, and that's another thing I want to touch on my next book. I wasn't raised in a religious household at all. Neither one of my parents were religious at all. We were raised to believe in science. That's what we were raised to believe in, is, evolution and blah, 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 whatever. It wasn't until, excuse me, it was like high school, sophomore, freshman year or whatever, she decided to get into church. And ever since then, she has constantly pushed it on us. She has constantly done like, no, you can't raise me for 16 years one way and decide one day, no, we're not going to do this. You're going to do everything that I say now. I'm like, no, fuck that. I already got opinions and thoughts already in my head. You can't.
And that's her journey.
Yeah,
that's
I'm like,
not yours.
That's no, that. Mm-mm. But yeah, she's religious now, but not when I was growing up. So that's what's weird, even more weird.
Yeah. So what about the narcissists? Is that mostly like the narcissistic in your family or other people, like friends and stuff?
It's literally the same person, but different varieties of it. That's pretty much what I've dealt with. It's the same evil person different people that I've had to encounter, and they're my father and my ex-husbands, ex-boyfriends, ex-friends. It's just like, just like you said, the empath, like we radiate this energy that it's like a bug and a light. It's just all it is. They just flock to that fucking flame.
So so you kind of keep encountering the same, like a pattern, like the same kind of situation keeps coming to you. Do you find that you're having to make different choices with these people each time, almost like, okay, this is a chance to like redo it again, and then you kind of do things a little different, then it comes back to you, so you kind of got it? Because that's something that I deal with myself.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I think once you get to a certain point with the narcissism, it's all the same thing. You just learn to play their game, and you learn what to say and what not to say, and you learn how to reflect off of that person.
I had a situation.
What is it?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I had a situation with someone like 3 years ago, and that was like my biggest. I never really understood before that, like, certain people, and like I was telling Rob again, something earlier, a new thing, but it just keeps happening, and I don't handle it that well. Mm-hmm. And a couple of years ago, it really came to light through this person. It's like hell. I can't get rid of it. Mm-hmm. I had to cut everything, but they're still trying. Mm-hmm. But I finally learned, like, I figured out, now I can see it. Like, I can see it in people. I can see that pattern. But until I really had to go through it with this person, I mean, Rob and Jason and them, they know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's these little, just almost like a little breadcrumb that they leave you every time. You know what I mean? And you keep going back for more and back for more, because you think that this person's going to change for the better. You think that this person's not going to be like that. They did this. But then 6 months later, you'll be like, you did the same shit as the other one did. Why are you're lying about that just the same as what they did? And
it's a lot of apologies. They can come off so charismatic. And sometimes the other people, like, if you try to even start, like, they don't get it because they can be so charming and convincing.
Mm-hmm. That's because they're so good at it, because they have to, it's a constant lie. It's a constant game that they have to play. And you got to be good at that to keep it going.
Yeah.
You can't be bad at that and, keep living.
Yeah,
like
I think I got
still
hit
have people
with, like,
around you.
I think I got a sociopathic narcissist on my hands.
Mm-hmm. Probably. They run tail and tail together.
It's pretty scary. And then it comes into threats once they start learning that they're losing control. It's like older. They do whatever they can to gain that control back.
Mm-hmm. You didn't read my chapter about marriage, did you?
No, I only read the sample. So that was 3 pages, I think they gave us.
Yeah, we were both reading on time today.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to be really bad at like handling stuff like that, and I just didn't like confrontation and stuff. And I don't know if it's maybe because I'm older now and I just don't give a shit or whatever, but now I just get to a point where I'm like, all right, you want to go that route? And I just tackle it like head on. And I'm like, we're going to end this now. And once I'm done, I'm done.
Yep. That's what you have to do though anymore. You can't be given 3 and 5 and 8 chances anymore. You just can't.
Yeah. Yeah, like I tell Jamie, I always keep my circle pretty small.
Yep. It's the best and smartest thing that you can do. I mean, not only just for your mind, but for your heart as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard when you're, online, when you're putting yourself out there, doing videos and YouTubes and TikToks and this and that, because, people are going to say all kinds of crazy shit to you. But,
oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I've shared some of my DMs with y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I get weird stuff. I can't even imagine being a female, But yeah, I mean,
Unsolicited dick pics. That is the worst thing. It is the
Why?
worst.
And like, does anybody fall for that? Like, who does that work for?
Now, okay, so I heard this rule. It's for every 9 rule. For every 9 rules that you send that to, one of them's going to say yes.
Seriously.
I've heard that somewhere, and I was like, that's pretty skeezy, but I mean, you got to do what you got to do, I guess.
I don't know. There's just I don't know. There's just something about it that
It's terrible. It's so terrible.
oh my gosh. I
so you
sent
mean I
one.
can quit doing that?
Do you remember the one? They made me, I told y'all, don't make me say something. And Jason, you made me talk to the troll. He, what was it? Oh, because he sent a picture. It wasn't that impressive. And someone in our group had mentioned that was like he was fully there, and I'm like, no, and I got it enlarged and circled back to me like, no, yeah, it is. And so they're like, send him back this picture. And so I get back this picture of this dude with one, it's like this freaking long. And they're like, send this back to him. Because I'm like, no, you can't talk to the trolls. You cannot talk to these people. If you even like respond, it's like, no. But they wanted me to play that night. And so I sent it to him, and the reply back was, wow, I'd hate to see what type of girl could take that.
Oh my God. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's just
One that I saw going in the store today.
Oh, there you go.
nice. What store were you going into?
I was just Publix grocery store. I was telling them earlier. This girl went in, like she had to be like 7 foot tall. She was huge. She was really pretty, but just really big. I was like, it was like one of those like cartoon double take look. Holy crap!
I think Rob's a little intrigued, a little smitten.
I was. I'll admit.
We're gonna see her dragging you off by your long hair.
Yeah.
Do you like a challenge? Is that what it is?
Well, I was telling Jamie I wanted to take a picture, but then I chickened out because if she like saw me taking a picture, this girl could like take me out with one punch.
Yeah, we definitely
Love you out there.
Be like that watermelon girl, like pop my head with her thighs or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So what was the chapter about marriage you were talking about?
Yes. What about it?
I was just curious when you brought it up.
Well,
if I had read it.
My ex-husband is a very big sociopath, narcissist, all of the bad things a human being could possibly be. And that's just in there because you were saying, you were talking about your situation. And my ex-husband, I actually ended up getting divorced because the final factor was he tried to smother me with a pillow. And,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. And if it wasn't for his mom and sister walking in, I wouldn't be sitting here right now.
Okay, so my first husband, my only ex-husband, he I didn't know, I didn't get what was wrong with him at the time. I actually thought it was like a football injury because he was like an MMA fighter, a college football player. He had a really bad head injury. So I kept telling him, and I'm like, I'm not trying to be messed up or anything. I'm not trying to be fucked up, but you need to get your head looked at. Like, really, there's something wrong with you. Like, this isn't right. I couldn't figure out what it was. I didn't know what it was. He ended up getting cancer surgery. He had cancer and it was testicular. And he got really, really depressed from it. Things changed after that. He didn't want to live anymore. And he had never called me out of my name. He had a reputation. I mean, he was an ass. People, would get excited about kicking someone in the face, like in high school.
Yeah.
But it took me to get out of that marriage because I kept taking the apologies, kept going back. He started getting physical with me. One night he came home and he choked me out he was drunk until he thought I was actually like gone. And he rolled over drunk and passed out. And it was like a horrible situation. That's what got me out of there. But I hadn't realized at the time what I was dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And then, this other guy, it's like, the pieces start going together, and I started like reading stuff, and it's like, all right, well, maybe he didn't, have something wrong. Maybe there was something wrong with his head and it wasn't from football.
Yeah, but that's still never an excuse to, try to kill somebody or whatever, drunk or sober or whatever the reason. That's something deeply embedded in their brain that.
It's just crazy how it's all almost like textbook. Like it's like so similar. Yeah. It's like it's scary.
Yep. It is. That's why I think it's a neurological condition. It has to be, because there's so many different people, ages, race, sex, anything, but they still have the same exact traits. They still say the same lies. They still do the same day-to-day routines. It's like there's no way that's a coincidence. It's not.
Exactly.
It can't be.
And I always wonder, like, when you have people that are, abusers, whatever you want to call them, term, whatever. I always like think, because I know people like that, and I have friends that have done stuff like that, and this is the way my mind works. I wonder, where is that line drawn between just being crazy and then being like totally like, a homicidal axe murderer or serial killer or something.
Yeah.
Because I know some people that I've wondered, like, holy shit, like this is the stuff I know about them. What don't I know about them?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Well, they're capable of whatever. It's until they actually do it. From like, I'm an ID channel, like a holic. Like I sleep with that on.
So do I. And Jacoby thinks that that's the creepiest thing in the world. Because I can go to sleep with the John Wayne Gacy documentary that's on Peacock right now.
It's like comforting to fall asleep to it.
Yes, absolutely.
And you wake up
and I'm a creep for it.
We're so desensitized to it.
Yeah.
Oh, another serial killer.
Yeah, like when my friend Sam was living here, I'd be like out in the living room, and Darcy would have the ID channel on, and it'd be these, murder stories and everything, and I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna take a break. And I come in here and see what Sam's up to, and she's in her room watching the same damn thing. Or some crazy serial killer show. I'm like, I can't get away from it. They're all crazy here.
Yeah, it concerned a few of my exes.
Nope. Love it.
But it's more like what got me interested was more the psychology of it. Like, because like that's not me. Like, I'm so opposite from that. Like, I can joke about it. I can whatever, but like deep down, that's not me. Mm-hmm. And I'm like overly sensitive about, certain things. And I think like what draws somebody to that, like what can bring somebody to like that point where they can do this stuff. So like it was the mind that got me so intrigued. And then I just got like addicted to the stories and
the outcomes and the survivors and
how they get away from the ones that get away. It's like, how did you do that? How did you survive? Like, like, how did you do that?
Yeah. Cause I think there was one survivor from the John Wayne Gacy murders that he actually got out of the situation, and the rest of them were, under his house, which is another thing I don't understand, because we had 3 dead raccoons in our attic. Pretty much, it was like above everything. The smell of it was horrid, and that was 3 little baby raccoons this big. How did that man live in that house with 30-some dead bodies underneath his floorboards?
Yeah, like how did the whole neighborhood not?
Exactly. Like, you've seen the houses. They were only so many feet apart. It wasn't like it was out in the woods somewhere. This was in the
Yeah.
middle of town.
And
You
all
had
the
to-
lime, all this stuff, you got to smell. You got to smell
Yeah.
through that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just, I don't. But see, that's part of why we're so intrigued by it, because we don't understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you did that. Okay, I still don't get it, but okay. I
Yeah,
just
like,
watched. What was
go
it?
ahead.
I just
I
watched
was
the
gonna-
one on Sam Berkowitz on Netflix. Did you guys watch that one, The Son of Sam's or Son of
Yeah.
Sam, whatever? Oh, it was so good. I didn't know he was still alive.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Still alive in prison.
One of the guests that we've had on Paranormal Soup, I don't know if it's been once. Jeff Mudgett. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right. The great grandson of H.H. Holmes, which might be, Jack the Ripper, and that's one that just fascinates me. And there's like still new stuff coming out about that, and
Oh yeah.
it's like these mysteries, like how who did that, who got away with that.
I know, it's so crazy, especially that one, because that's been, when was that? The 1900s?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
I can't either, but it's whew, and it's still going to this day. That's just insane.
There was an article that actually I was going to read, but then I didn't. One of the first serial killers that was tagged by DNA, they caught him with DNA. He's set for parole, and they don't want to let him out. But what's his name? Oh, Colin Pitchfork.
I don't think I've ever heard of him.
Yeah, he's in the UK. He's a child murderer, and he had killed like two 15-year-old girls. And he's like this, they just don't want him to get back on the street. But they're like, if he gets out, he's gonna do it again. And some of these guys will straight say it too, like, it's good I'm here, because if I was out, I would still be doing it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I always
yeah.
think,
There's several documentaries about that too.
yeah.
I used to want to do forensics so bad.
I always think of, like people are getting crazier, but people have been batshit crazy forever.
This just social media has gotten worse, and nobody can get away with anything. Everybody sees everything, and everybody reports anything. That's the only difference. People have been killing each other for years.
Yeah, I mean, there was a guy. What was his name? Albert Fish.
Albert Fish. Yep.
Yeah, that guy. I mean, that was like 1870. I think he died in 1936 or something like that. But yeah, that guy he was batshit crazy for sure. I mean, like abducting kids and cutting them up and eating them and then sending letters to their parents.
Yep. Yep.
Twisted.
Yeah. I mean, the hell, man. I mean, how do you, that's what intrigues me. I watch all these stories on the IB channel and everything, and it's like, what happens to a person? Are they born like that, or does something just happen and their brain just crosses over into this demented thing that they're doing, whatever it is? But, I mean, how do you cross that line? You're going down the road with your friends, and all of a sudden you veer off, and next thing you know, you're people.
Well, sometimes there's opportunity, like their first ones, it's like because they had the opportunity, they wanted to, and
or it was an accident and they didn't mean to, but then they got the rush from it, so they had to go chase that high again, and the only thing that can compare to it is to actually kill somebody again. Yeah.
I can't imagine, like, I don't know how people, like, when you watch the interviews back and they're sitting in like the real camera footage, and you're watching them, how composed some of them can be. I mean, you can see some of the body movements, so you see them rubbing the knee or doing something, it's like you could tell that they're lying a little bit, but they can just lie right to the police like that and be so calm. Or you look at the mug shot, like, okay, they just chopped up and sawed a body up in the bathtub yesterday, and like that's what they look like. That next day, they're like totally fine, and they just chopped a body up.
Yep. Like
I couldn't keep that secret.
No. Oh my God. But that's the difference between us and them is we have a conscience and they don't.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
I think evil shit. I don't actually do it though.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can think all the evil shit you want to. It's if you're actually gonna or not.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, I fully admit I scare myself sometimes because sometimes I'll just totally be fine, and something happens, road rage, whatever, and I just flip out. But I catch myself. I'm like, holy shit, Rob, you're freaking out, man. Go, you walk away.
Like in the game when we play pub, and you're like, another side comes out, and you're wanting to, what was it, drink soup out of their skulls, and you were serious.
I get that way when I play Call of Duty too, so it's okay because
nice.
it just happens.
That was our therapy. Like we had the whole Paranormal Soup PUBG group or PUBG group. We would play it on mobile, and that was our therapy. We'd all have bad days, and then we just get off on how many people we could just shoot because you're shooting real player. People. It's like, I bet you're done playing your game now. Like, he just put his shit up.
Yes,
today, motherfucker.
Yes, I say that a lot today. Gotcha, bitch. That one too.
Yep. Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah. And I love it because my Xbox name is Lady Stark. So when these little 12-year-old boys get killed, they see Lady Stark. You got killed by a girl, didn't you?
Mine's Lady Assassin. I love that.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that too. I'm gonna have to add you.
Yeah, I mean, like bringing it home to here in St. Augustine, just a couple of weeks ago, there was a young girl, 13 years old, 13 or 14. She was killed by one of her schoolmate friends, a little boy, 13 or 14 years old. It started out, she had disappeared, and then they found her. And then the details came out. They're still coming out. This little kid killed her, stabbed her 114 times. And it's like now apparently his mom is she turned herself in, but she's been arrested now for somehow an accomplice. Not that she was there, but she was admitted to trying to wash the blood and stuff out of his clothes. And,
oh my God!
So her ass is in hot water as well. Speaking of wash clothes,
some of those kids, like when they start getting that from like childhood, it's like, how did you guys that kid fall through the cracks? Like how did you guys not realize that was wrong sooner? The ones that just all of a sudden just get intrigued by it, and they just want to hurt somebody. They start like hurting their siblings, hurting animals, doing things, and then they'll just get their schoolmate and like learn to the bathroom just to kill them. And it's usually like their best friend or someone that like, totally trusts them. It's like, oh my God, not only did you, but that they trusted you. Like they went in because they trusted you. So not only did you kill someone, but you have no conscience to do that, but it's somebody that trusted you.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, this kid's friends, now that the story, I mean, it's made national news, it's all over, but yeah, like a bunch of his schoolmates, friends or whatever were like, yeah, he was talking about, wanting to drag somebody out in the woods and kill him. He didn't really care who it was. He just wanted to kill somebody. I'm like, what the hell, man? This kid's like 13 years old. Like, is there any coming back from that?
No, not at 13, and you're already talking about killing somebody that is supposed to be your friend. Where do you go from there?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know. I mean, sucks for him. Sucks for definitely the person that he killed, their family, and all that.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's just,
I mean, is there some kind of reform? Is there some kind of program that's gonna like make him a model citizen ever again. You know, I don't
You
think.
have to change their whole makeup though. Like it's not just like, okay, he scared me straight. Now I'm gonna go. I've learned my lesson. Like, no, that's still in ya. It's got to be.
Yep.
There's one I was gonna do because I misread it. I actually thought that they had a 15-year-old girl got a maximum sentence. They carjacked an Uber Eats driver. I thought I read it though that they kidnapped him and then ate him too. I'm like, so I kind of like giggled at it, like, what? They ate the Google Eats guy? But yeah. So she's 15 and got a maximum sentence.
I heard that
and her,
story
like,
too.
2 guys went and kidnapped the guy, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when I was, Uber.
Well, at least they didn't eat the driver too.
Yeah.
I know, but there was a little part of me that kind of wanted it to be the other way. I don't know.
Made the story a little bit more interesting.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's perfect for tonight.
Hey, I admit, one of my favorite shows used to be Dexter. So,
I liked that show until the end.
Yeah, the ending
And it
kind of
just-
sucked. But I hear it's coming back.
That's Jacoby was telling me about that the other day, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't know if I can go through that again.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
That's one I never got. I was going to start it like a bunch of times, and I just never did. But
I mean,
my mom
it's
watched
good.
it.
It's definitely worth a watch, but you're going to be pissed off.
Go through how many seasons to the end, and then it's like, really? You're going to end it like this?
Oh, like that?
But
it's not as bad as Lost. It's not as bad as Lost.
see, I never got to the end of Lost because it pissed me off too much. So I still don't know how Lost ended.
I don't either. I've watched it through twice, and I still don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they're dead or they're alive. I don't know.
That's one I didn't watch either.
I can't believe we never watched Dexter.
Was it
Yeah,
on HBO or something though?
Yeah.
Was it on regular TV or no? Yeah, see, I
No.
don't think I had HBO either.
Well, it's on HBO Max now, so there you go.
Okay.
Along with everything else under the sun.
A lot of it's moving to that Discovery Plus, and that kind of pisses me off.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
And they don't even let you do the free trial, like without signing up. And they're like $4.99 to start streaming, and they're like breaking up like Snapped. They moved over there. A bunch of the good ID channels they moved over there. The paranormal stuff. There's like Ghost Adventures, Dead Files. A few of those all on. It's like, God, you guys, you're just, we already paid for cable on this, and you're just trying to jack us for more.
Just leave everything on Netflix where it belongs.
Yes, just leave it alone. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
I've been, I'm like picky nowadays what I watch, but I've been in this trap of, God, what was I watching before? I can't even remember it now. My brain's like Swiss cheese, but lately I've been watching the entire series of Shameless, and what a shit show that is.
One of my favorite shows. I love that show.
Yeah.
It's so good.
What's that about?
Everything possible that could go wrong with a family. That's what it's about.
Yeah. The most dysfunctional shit show of a family you could possibly imagine.
Everything that could go wrong did go wrong.
Is it a true story, or is it?
Actually, it is based on. There's a character named Lip. That's who the story's actually based on, but it's from the UK.
Okay.
And the UK version is actually about Lip and everything, and then the United States version, they just kind of changed it up and made it more dramatic and made it, more friendly for us to watch.
Yeah, I like when there's like some sort of reality, some sort of real truth to it.
Oh yeah, me too. That's the big thing for me too. So that's why I always have to like investigate things. I always have to research. I'm like, but is that based on a true story? Because if it is, I'm gonna be way more interested.
Exactly.
If it's not, no, I don't care.
that's kind of what started moving me over to the idea, like, because long time ago, I'd watched some of those Lifetime movies that were based on, the true stories, like the cheerleader murders, the Air Force kids that, and then that's what got, because I'm like, oh, these are true stories, and I kind of, it was like my gateway drug, you know what I mean?
Yes. Yep.
Then
absolutely.
I move on to like, oh wait, like Snapped is like that, but they're actually just skipping the bullshit and going straight to the thing.
Just
we get
the
the crime scene photos,
Mhm.
and then it was over.
Aziriana in the chat room wants to know what your TikTok name is.
It is Lola Renee 06. All one word, no caps. I think it's 06. Yeah, it is.
We also didn't get your links out for your books. I realized because do you have those links, Rob? I know they're like way up in our chat. But your book is on Amazon now, right? And Apple Books.
Yep, it's on both.
So I wanted to get those in both of our chats. So if anybody's interested in checking out your book, they can find it.
Well, I would be
We had
more than
some
appreciative.
really bad technical problems right before this came on, so I'm missing half of my stuff.
Yeah, that's technology we live in.
It never fails. Every Wednesday, every Sunday. Every other day, it's like, it's still screwy, but it's just more intense. I guess maybe because we're more under pressure these days, but it never fails.
The pressures of modern day society. You can't get
I have half of my stuff. I don't have all my text on this one.
There's one of the links for Amazon. So when back to what we were talking about earlier, when your mom got into religion, what kind of religion was it?
Just your basic Christian Methodist Bible Belt, whatever she decided to do for that week. The town that I'm actually from is called Bainbridge, and it is right in the middle of like Amish and Mennonite community.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
And you said like there's like a gas station, but yeah, like 3 churches right there, like a really small town, and then
5 churches.
Oh, 5.
Yes. There's 5 churches, 3 gas stations now, and 2 pizza places now.
Is that where you were at before you just went to it? You know what? You guys are in Indiana, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah. Now
That's
we
where
are. Now I
Jason's
am.
at.
Yeah, I lived
where
in that same area up until November of last year. Apollo's trying to get into my chair if everyone can see that.
Oh, that dog. Oh my gosh. Those pictures that you post in the videos. The window one was hilarious. When he was scratching and y'all went on the other side, you could see him.
Yeah.
And you guys have to check out their TikToks too. Jacoby's TikTok. He's coming out with, what was it? The t-shirts he was talking about earlier. That
the Good Humans one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that goes to, all the proceeds go to helping feed homeless and the veterans. And that is just awesome. When I heard that, I get the tears and the goosebumps. Like, oh my gosh.
I know. I know. He's pretty special sometimes.
Yeah.
He's got a good heart though. That's why I love him. He's happy now. He's in my chair.
Where's he at?
Okay.
Oh, there he is.
Mm-hmm. This is where I write at. I'll sit in this space, and then he takes up the rest of my chair.
Oh, now I can see him on my bigger. Oh, Apollo.
There you go.
His facial expressions are the best.
I know, he's crazy. He's a nut, that's for sure.
Yeah, I was messaging Danny yesterday. My dogs were driving me insane yesterday. I love them to death, but God, sometimes my one dog, she wants to go out. So I let her out. And then she wants to come in. Then she wants to go right back out. And now it's like she'll come in and she wants me to go out with her. It's like a little kid. Like, I want to go out and play, but I want you to watch me.
Yep. Apollo does the same shit to me. Same
Really?
shit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And anytime he poops or anytime he pees, he turns around, make sure I'm looking at him. Are you
Yeah.
watching? Are you watching?
Oh, that's what he was watching out through the window too, were the birds, because you're all joking like they're gonna eat my poop. I buried my poop.
Well, we have geese, Canadian geese that like hovered around here for a few, and someone came up with the term cobra chickens. So anytime that we say cobra chickens, he's tired. He usually
Perks up for it.
pops up real quick and because he hates his cobra chickens.
Rob, my
I
phone's
said-
like almost dead, and I
Yeah.
can't get to the Amazon. I can't find the Amazon link, and I'm trying to beat like the battery.
I just stuck it up in here.
Or I mean the Apple Books one. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I grabbed that one.
And
Thank you,
And then
thank you guys so much. I appreciate that so much.
well, when I saw that, I'm like, we got to get that out there. I was so excited for you. I am so excited for you. Because that's a
thank
that's
you.
a big deal. That's a really big deal.
It's kinda
really
cool.
exciting.
It is. It's very exciting.
Are you going to have physical books printed too? Or
I would like to one day.
at least have one for yourself? You got to have one for yourself.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I want to, just that physical copy. And I have a few friends from back home that they actually want a physical copy and they want me to sign it for whatever reason. I'm like, I went to high school with you. Like, why are you? Whatever. It's
Because
fine.
that's cool. They got, you're an author. Your name's on
Yeah.
the book.
That's true. It's true. I guess.
It is. Yeah, I mean, like you were saying earlier, like, I read a book. I was, amazed somebody wanted to read it. It's like, it's kind of the same like when I did the first YouTube video. I was like,
Mhm.
nobody's gonna watch this shit. And then like 10 people are watching it, subscribing, and then there's 100. Then there's 2. I'm like, really?
You guys like me? What?
That's I always get like surprised. Like I don't like. I'm not one of those people like hit the like, hit the subscribe.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't. It's like I'm not gonna force you to look at my shit. Like I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my god, like you really watch that.
I'm
Like
the
that's
same
just
way.
a joke for myself.
No, exactly. Like all the makeup and shit and everything that I do, I just do it because I like doing makeup and it's fun to draw and paint. It's the only reason why.
The makeup is amazing.
Thank you. Thank
oh
you.
my gosh. The one, oh my gosh. There's like 3 of them. There was the Beetlejuice one when he was Beetlejuice and it would look like a pumpkin. Was it have a jack-o'-lantern?
Yeah.
That was really good. And then
Thank
the
you.
pictures that he took of you when you were, what was it? The mistress of, I can't remember.
The green.
Yeah,
the green.
The green,
like the
yeah, with the,
Frankenstein.
you were holding the light
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
Those were just beautiful.
I love those. Goonie did those too. He did those pictures too.
Yeah, like the
Mhm.
shadow, the lighting,
Mhm.
like just the whole vibe to him was just amazing. How long
It
does
was in
usually
our
take
living
you to-
room.
What's that?
It was in our living room.
Oh wow.
Like in front of the curtain. That's where it was. To do that makeup, probably about 3 hours, I would say, roughly around. The one where I have different ones, that takes way longer to do than just a whole face. The pumpkin one, that didn't take me too long because it was just like the eye and it wasn't the whole face. I think I was doing probably about an hour and a half.
How long do you usually leave it on for before you take it off?
I'll do videos and I'll do some pictures. I do some of my OnlyFans with my cosplay as well. And I'll do all that. and then I take it off like as soon as I get done because I got to itch my face. I need to scratch my eyeball. I need to do stuff, and you can't do that with all that work that you just put forth on your face. You
See, I
can't.
get tired by the time I get
Mhm.
it's all done. It's like I'm too
Oh,
tired to like do anything. So I got to make sure I get like at least 3, like some Snapchat pictures, some stuff on Instagram. And it's like, I'm immediately just taking it back off. It's like,
Yep.
3 hours just because I'm bored, just for
Yep.
fun.
Yep.
Get the
Hey,
pictures.
we got the pictures. We got the videos. It's proof that we did it. Take shit off.
Mhm.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys that can probably say I have more makeup than a lot of girls do.
No, you do some fun stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if it would be considered fun.
Well, it looks fun.
But
The Halloween, the whole getup you did for Halloween last year.
this was a fun one. I call it fun. A lot of people,
Wow,
a lot of my
that's
family,
amazing.
my family's like, "What the hell's wrong with you?"
They don't have any creativity. That's what that is. No, that's beautiful. That's awesome. You look like you're singing with Slipknot.
Yeah, exactly. I had a couple of people email me and they're like, you need Jesus. You're going down a dark path. I'm like, dude, it's just makeup, man.
Yeah.
I'm not like, I'm not like out here slaughtering goats
yeah.
and stuff.
That's funny. I got that same comment yesterday
Not me
from someone. They're
cold.
like, "You need Jesus." Like, okay.
Yeah, one of
You
my
should
friends,
reply to like you need Satan if that's the case. If I need Jesus, then you need Satan.
Well, they think that I'm like, they think because I'm, I wear the pentacle that it's a satanic pentagram, and it's like because I don't have a religion. I was not religious growing up. My mom always felt kind of bad, like, I should have got you baptized and started like a basis. So you had like a basis. Like there was one point where I was going to get like an emergency baptism at 13. She's going to cry me out. I'm like, don't do that. You cannot force me to do that. And she's like, you have to have some sort of, but I just started like finding my own stuff in life, and
Yep,
mine is more
absolutely.
spiritual, universal type ththings. I believe in karma. I believe in, but
Mhm.
like religion, like I can't do religion. And even though like, I'm a Wiccan and that, I still don't fall into I can't follow a script. It's like,
Mhm.
I take what I take and then I just put it together. That's what I believe. Like, but I'm not like in a box I can check off and say like, this is what I am.
Mhm. Yeah.
But a lot of people think like I'm this devil worshipping Satanist. It's like, okay.
Mhm. Yeah. I've been accused of that too myself. So
So, whatever.
yeah, I haven't done
my rock.
serious makeup in a while now. I got to get back into that.
I haven't done makeup in about a month now either. I need to do it again. You just run out of ideas though. You do it and then you're just like, all right, well, what do I do now?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. The last one I did was the vampire girl from Misfits cover.
That's funny you say the Misfits because that was one of my favorite Halloween ones that I did. Is this one. Everybody's like, dude, where'd you get that?
That is awesome.
I'm like, it's not a mask. No, that's a mask. No, seriously, it's not a mask.
Did you do that yourself?
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. See, I love those colored contacts and everything that the girls are doing now with the crazy different colors and stuff like that. I've got to get some of those.
Because it adds so much life like through the camera.
It does. It really does.
Yeah, I did this like red face, like solid red face devil thing.
Nice.
One of the last times I did for Halloween, and something happened where I got some of the red makeup like in my eye, and I had these like bright yellow contacts in, and I got some crazy ass like eye infection Like it killed me for a few days. My eye was like about a week.
Did
hurt
did
like
you do
hell.
Swami's makeup when he was
Mhm.
the Red Devil? That
I did.
I looked back at those again the other day, and it's like that looks so flipping good. Like that just looks so flipping good.
On him, like it was just.
It was perfect.
I know he had
And
showed
he's
me a
so
picture.
anti-devil. He's like opposite of that.
Mhm. But it's like his goatee. That it was perfect, absolutely perfect.
And then the look in his eyes, like the look in his eyes just added to it. Like, oh my gosh, this is just he makes the perfect devil.
He does. He really he really does. He wants to do a pirate next, and I'm like, please, for the love of God, make me. I will make you Jack Sparrow.
Oh, that
Do
would
this.
be awesome.
I know he would do so good with that too.
I have a friend here that does like a Jack Sparrow thing. He works on the Black Pearl, and you know, it's a tourist town, so we have pirate ships and stuff here. And I was just walking around downtown one day, and one of the guys that works on the boat grabbed me, and he's like, "Dude, have you ever thought about being a pirate? You got the hair, you got the look, you got everything."
Well, that would be
you are
awesome.
a pirate.
Yeah, I kind of am.
In pub, you were the pirate. You were always the looter. Like we would be all the way like halfway down the map to zone. Rob, you still see his marker, looting houses. Like, Rob, for the love of God, get your ass to zone.
It's like because half the time I'm looking for something other than a freaking pistol or something. I'm like, where the hell are all the guns at? What am I going to do with
If
the
they would
spoons
give
on
you
the boat?
more than one backpack, you would have had it.
Yep.
I'm usually the looter too, so it's okay.
Yep.
I'm just always just running. Like I just have my bare necessities. I know if I just at least have my, my
Yeah, Jamie.
and a patch kit, then I'm good.
Yeah, Jamie and me played plenty of games where we're like 30 minutes into the game, and I'm like, you know what? We've been running the whole time. You know, the blue ring of death is about to catch us, and we just spent the whole game just running.
But we won like that a few times.
Yeah, we
like,
did.
We ran right into it. Came in hot. Took that chicken winner chicken dinner.
Yep.
That's awesome.
I've completely lost all my stuff. So I'm sorry I'm not responding to anybody in chat tonight.
I recently got back into the Fallout 76.
Oh, which one is that?
There's Fallout. There's different games of Fallout, but the newest one's 76, and that's all I do on that game is just go to house to loot to filing cabinet to save. That's all I do.
So it's a battle royale type game also?
Yes, it is. But you have to interact with that to be involved with that. You can go on your own way and you can kind of veer off the path and go over here, not around it. Because if you're close to where the battle's going in, you're somebody's gonna bring you in. It don't matter. But you can kind of veer off so you don't have to do that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do you play on?
I have Xbox. Me and Jacoby both. We've got Xbox Ones.
Oh, see, Jason's an Xbox guy too. You guys need to we're gonna have to get you guys connected.
Absolutely. We just finished Outriders, which was amazing. I love that game, but we beat it 3 different times with 3 different characters. So,
what kind of game is that one? I haven't heard of that one.
It's just a co-op battle. Just kill everything you see, pretty much.
I gotta get a console again. See, I'm getting that itch again, Rob.
Yep.
Get Game Pass. Oh, that's what you paid like so much money and you get to download all these free games.
And that's on Xbox?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'd want to get my mom that Oculus for Christmas because she wanted it for so me and my sister like chipped in for it, and she wanted it for like museums, like traveling and
Mhm.
virtual traveling. And she's like, you can use it when I'm not. And I'm like, okay, but I sent it back.
Did
It was
you really?
Facebook. Yeah, because she didn't want to give him a credit card for it, because it all came back to like Facebook locking it down.
Mm,
And it was just like you couldn't get an account with just Oculus anymore. It had to be through Facebook. You had to give them your profile, because I even made her a dummy profile, all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, nothing will, because she does not want anything connected to her or anything. And she's like, well, I'm not giving. I'm like, I cannot get a game though without like a card on there. And she's like, well, I won't do it. And I'm like, well, we gotta send it back.
Now, see, we wanted to get one of those too, but we can't find them in stores anywhere around here. Like everywhere sold out for like months.
Even ordering it,
I haven't
because
tried to
they
order
got a
it myself.
shitload back. Like after Christmas, a lot of people sent them back, so I'm surprised.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna have to try again because we have to play that Star Wars game. We have to.
See, and that's another thing. Jason's a huge Star Wars. What is it? The bridge game he plays, the Bridge Crew, I think, and a couple Star Wars games.
Mm-hmm.
But he's loves Star Wars.
Now, I'm not
definitely
big into the Star Wars games. I haven't played any of them. I know if he heard me say that, he'd probably kill me. But I've seen him play them, and I mean, they seem kind of fun, but not my alley.
Yeah. Jason's got a couple of kids, and Dean, just amazing players. And these kids now, they can kick our asses all over the place.
It's ridiculous because that's all they do. They just sit in front of the console and the TV all day, and that's their life. So they get to kill all of us, the older generation, that still think that we're good at games.
They're just like such naturals with it.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be really good at figuring out technology and all that stuff. And now I just I don't know. I'm getting dumb or something. Now I'm like, okay, I got to find a kid to show me how to use this.
I think it's more the frustration of like everything having to be tethered to something and tethered to this. And once that shits out, then that shits out. And
yes,
it's always something.
Yes. And that's such a big problem with me not having Facebook, because so many people, oh, did you am I blocked on your, I don't have Facebook. I hate Facebook. It's dumb. It's worthless. I don't want it. Why I have Instagram.
This was, I didn't think you would either. That's why I sent the link to Jacoby first. And I thought, I don't feel like you would have a Facebook, but I thought I would ask, because at first I didn't think we could send, I got it goofed up with the Facebook Live and the StreamYard. I'm like, how are we going to get her the link without Messenger?
No, I don't do the book of faces.
Yeah, well, we're trying to move off of it anyways because of all the other stuff attached to it. But with the shows and all that, we advertise mostly. I used to be more active on it before, and now I post some stuff here, here and there, and I'm really just not on there anymore. Except for the show stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple of friends that are in two different bands that I play in, and neither one of them, they still have flip phones. Like my one buddy that plays guitar in my band, I loaned him one of my laptops, and he doesn't have internet at his house. But yeah, he's I'll tell him, hey, we need to learn this song or something, and I'll get to send it to him, and he's like, I don't know how to open that. I don't know how to open a YouTube link.
That was like my cousin. He could get to a point. I had to teach him how to get to it, but that's all he can navigate.
I was like, dude, do you have a CD player? He's like, yeah, I do have a CD player. I'm like, all right, I'll put the music on a CD and give you the physical CD.
Oh my God, can you still burn CDs?
That's what I was just gonna ask.
Yes,
I have a
little
CD.
Yeah, I have a little CD burner.
Nice.
An external one. Yeah. He's like, you can do that? Like, what kind of sorcery is that?
Oh no. Like
For the
old
year
technology.
2000, that's what that is.
Yeah. Yeah, I just got a brand new laptop just a few weeks ago, and you know, there's no CD burner or anything in it. And in the software, it came with a CD, and I'm like, really? The hell am I supposed to do with this?
Where is that supposed to go anyway?
Yeah, and just hold it to my forehead and like download the data.
Look through the
Stick up your
hole in it.
ass.
Yeah, like somebody failed along this production line here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, sometimes it's like an option. You know, you can get the CD, like with the CD or not. Like my old TV I had like a little CD thing on the back. Some TVs had it, so not. So maybe they just automatically gave everybody the disc.
See, that was my game name, Shin Mustard. I told you that story. That came on. This is how I'll date myself. How old I am. That name came on an AOL disc. Remember when they used to send those out to people? And that was the one of the passwords on the back of the AOL disc. And I'm like, Shin Mustard. Pretty disgusting. I think I'm going to use that, and I've had it ever since. I don't know how many years ago that was.
That's a few decades ago. That's what that is.
I knew, exactly. I was back in the you know.
Oh, I missed
Every
that
month they
sound.
send a new CD too, and it's like
I used to go to
load.
I used to go to AOL parties.
Oh God, yes.
You talk about a shit show. Those were, holy crap.
I have a friend on Facebook that was actually my first real pen pal I had. Okay, when we had AOL and they had the chat rooms and stuff, you know, the chat rooms, we still had to send each other pictures though in the mail at that time. It was like before you could like send the pictures, but
Yeah,
he was like my first.
Took like 3 days.
Yeah.
Oh, that is so crazy. Do you remember ICQ?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
The little God, remember that like it was yesterday.
Yeah, I remember getting some bills like when I had AOL, like there was not a local number, you know. Mm-hmm. So every time I dialed in to AOL, I was dialing a long distance number. I got my bill would be like $500 or $600.
Holy shit!
Month. Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Damn. How'd you even afford that?
Yeah, I couldn't. I'd go like eating ramen noodles. Hey, I can get a case of these for $5.99. But I can stay on
best though.
Yeah, shit. I still do that. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Make a spread. It's like you don't have anything, but got some ramen noodles, and that's the base for anything.
Exactly. You can make anything out of ramen noodles anymore.
Or just like crunch it up and put the seasoning on it. Like ramen chips.
Yep. I've seen people making all kinds of shit on there.
I went, it's been about a year ago, but I went with one of my friends to this cool little Asian restaurant. And he's like, oh, you got to try the pho, whatever it's called. And I'm like, what is that? And he's like, oh, it's like a noodle bowl. And we got it. And I'm like, it's kind of like fancy ramen noodles. Except instead of paying 39 cents, I'm paying like $12 for this bowl of ramen.
No, thank you. I'll make some better at my house.
Yeah.
The Kool-Aid packets and Kool-Aid and top ramen.
Yep.
How I used to roll.
Yep.
Yeah, Debbie, you still have albums and a record player. Hey, albums are like, what goes around comes around. Albums are a big hit again now.
Yeah, I've got a lot of vinyls
now. So. Absolutely huge.
Yeah. Except now, like I was just in the store the other day and I'm like, oh, cool. Led Zeppelin on vinyl. And I look at it, I'm like, holy shit, it's $25.
Yep. Yep. We do not have one
So-
vinyl.
I used
I
to
have
have
a bunch in my storage that someone had given me, and I was gonna actually give it to a friend when I was moving out of the last place, and I was telling my mom, and she's like, "No, you can't. You need to hang on to that." I'm like, "No, I'm trying to get rid of shit." And she's like, "Each one of those are worth this and this." Is like, it's not like the day where I used to do eBay and all that and sell
Mhm.
stuff. Like, I don't have to, I'm not gonna sit and sell each record, and so it's probably just gonna sit in storage forever. $185 I pay every month for all that stuff.
To just sit there.
Time capsule of life. I call it 44 years of just bad choices and memories.
that's still costing you money.
hmm
Yep. Yeah, I have one too.
I have a whole
Used to
apartment
be-
in there though.
Yeah. Used to be in my mom's storage, and now I inherited it. So now I'm-
Shit, I got
Yeah, it's
rid of all
funny.
my junk.
God, I got way too much junk. Yeah, I went to the storage place. They had called my aunt, and because her name's on the account too, and they were trying, they were like, "Hey, this payment is late," and I had it transferred over to my current bank card and everything. And I go down there. The place is right down the road from my house. I go down there, and I'm like, "What's the issue with my storage unit?" "Oh, well, you're late on the payment." I said, "Okay, well, I've been here like several times. I've given you my credit card." And she pulls it up, and she's like, "Oh, is it the one that ends in blah, blah, blah?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, okay. Well, we can charge that one, but there's a late fee." I said, "So wait a minute. I got a late fee because you didn't charge my card that you have?"
Nah, you should pay it.
And she was like, let me go ahead and take that late fee off. I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah.
They
Exactly.
just try to see what they can get away with.
Yeah.
hmm
Or I could just pull all my shit out of storage and pour gas on it and light it in your driveway. I mean,
Or just leave and let you fucking deal with it.
Hey, they got a show about that. Storage Wars.
Exactly.
I know. I used to be addicted to that.
You and me both, sister. You and me both.
It's just like they open it and it's like, ooh, what's in
I
there?
wonder what's in there.
The Homer fingers. Ooh.
Junk. That's what's in there. It's all
Yeah.
junk.
I used to do a lot of flea markets, so I used to find all sorts of shit. I just had time, we'd go down there and just make money off that, and then it's like, I can't do that. I don't want to schlep this shit around anymore.
Mhm.
When I left my ex a couple of years ago, oh God, there's so much shit.
Yeah.
Flea markets are fun though. When you're the person shopping, not when you're the one, having to sell the stuff. That's not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to walk around flea markets.
Oh,
a good time. You find I like to find little treasures. But
Mhm.
yeah, just
Absolutely.
tons of clothes and shit. Like, oh God.
Yeah. I bought like several of my workbenches that I set my studio up. I buy them like off Craigslist or whatever.
Mhm.
Some of them are like, really nice benches, and they're like 30 or 40 bucks. Hell, I can't build it for that. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
so I bought a few of them. The last guy I bought one from, I go to his place, and he's got this big trailer, and he's got dishwashers and cabinets and benches and just all kinds of shit. Like there's shit everywhere. And he talked my ear. I was there for an hour and a half. He was talking my ear off. And then he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm bipolar. I kind of just go off every once." But yeah, he was telling me that's what his business is he goes and buys storage sheds, and then sells the stuff. And I'm thinking, he's telling me how much money he's making.
Mhm.
And I mean, he's like, "Yeah, I bought these for $7 each, and I just sold them for like $200 each."
They can be vicious at those auctions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, wow, I could do this. And then I'm thinking of all the shit in my garage that I have right now. And I'm like, no. Because it would just get out of control, and I would just have more
And you're
crap.
like a hoarder, and then you move on to that show. Hoarders.
Yeah. I would just move from storage wars to hoarders. Exactly.
You know? And
I think
quickness.
Yeah, some of those people need to be on Hoarders rather than Storage Wars, though.
Yeah.
So I mean, the last place, like we had the whole garage, the garage, and then it was a whole garage, and then by the time, remember when I moved out, there was that one aisle, and
Yep.
we had all of like the prepping stuff and everything in there, and it's like if something did happen and shit hit the fan, we had one of those land to water vehicles, and it was all packed up and ready to go in case something happened. And I'm like, dude, we can't even get to the shit. One little skinny ass aisle. I'm like, this is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're down to it's almost 11 o'clock, and it's been really, really fun having you on and getting.
Oh my God, I've had so much fun.
Finally meet you and kind of face to face. And
yes, absolutely. This has been fun. I'll come back anytime you guys would like me.
Cool.
Yeah, and if you ever want to come on, we do like the ghost box stuff for fun, and just want to hang out. You're always welcome.
Oh, well, thank you. We'll
And
definitely
so,
keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got any other links or anything you want to shout out,
Yeah, anything you want to plug or get out there.
That's it. My boyfriend's Jacoby Ray. You can go find him on TikTok. But
yeah.
I just have my book, and I'm on Twitter and Instagram, Reddit, and it's all Lola Renee 06. You can all find me that way. I keep it the same, so it's easy that way.
There you go.
I like that. See, some people get offended. Like, you get to know them by one handle, one place, and then they start talking to you somewhere, and they're like, this is blah, blah, blah. And they're like, you don't know who I am? It's like, I know you as this. I don't even know your first name. Like, I don't
How
know
would I
that
even know that? No,
It's
all mine's the
crazy.
same. All mine's the same.
Well, good times. Thank you so much. And again, congratulations.
Thank you so much. You'll have to let me know after you read the book, too. You have to let me know what you think. Yeah. Okay. All right. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah. Everybody in the chat, thanks for hanging out with us. And we'll be back. Be on Paranormal Soup Sunday night. And then back again for Weird Wednesday next Wednesday. So y'all take care. Have a good night, the rest of the week. And catch you later.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.